Good morning, y'all. It's Sunday morning, September the 11th. My name's Rachel, and I'm gardening for butterflies on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. And we are under threat of storm. I can hear like the distant thunder in the background. So I think I need to do this now because I don't know when it's going to rain. So let's go look at the garden. Oh, and I was going to tell y'all, I rode my bike through Gulf State Park and saw a couple of alligators, and I'm going to share just a few seconds worth of some of them with you, so don't be alarmed when there are some in here. So yeah, we do have a lot of wildlife here. Armadillos, of which here is some major damage from one. But also, yes, we have alligators, and at any time I could come out here and there could be one that's decided to walk from one little area of water to another. So I'm always on the lookout because I have seen there have been, large ones and then just little baby ones. Not in my yard, but in our neighborhood, they do go on a walkabout. So I think alligators are cool. You just don't feed them and you stay far away from them because they can be faster than you think. Yeah, I haven't done anything in the garden this week. Life has really gotten in the way of gardening. So much has been happening that I just haven't been able to get out here and do anything. But I wanted to show y'all what I planted and how it's been going. I haven't even gotten to mulch. And I loved Joe's suggestion, Joe from Texas Garden, of letting sweet potato vine grow in between these pots. I had like a burgundy sweet potato vine in here and I pulled it out, but you know how sweet potatoes go. Like, you don't just get rid of them one time when you pull them out. They can come back because I definitely saw that there were still roots in here. So things are getting slightly bigger. I don't know if you can tell from last week that they are actually growing, and I'm disappointed a little bit because I don't think I put enough dirt in these pots. You can see that there's just once I watered them in, it settled, and now there's just not. I think I should have put at least another 2 inches of potting soil in them. So I hope that won't be a problem. But yeah, I'm loving being able to see this garden from this window. I'm just going to come up here and let me pause it. So I'm sitting on the window ledge and I can see, I have to see the garden through this grid when I'm looking out the window. Eventually I'm going to cut a section out so it won't have a grid there, but this is my actual view from the window, and I use it kind of as my sitting room. So I'm really enjoying being able to see all this color. It's just really, really appreciate it, especially when it's raining. I can still see it, and I can see butterflies out here when there are butterflies, so that's nice. The Mexican bush sage is about to bloom. That's very exciting because it doesn't bloom until late August, and of course today it's September now, but it blooms late in the season, so I really appreciate that because the bees love it. And you can see the Mexican bush sage is really tall, and it blocks a view of the garden from the kitchen window and the sunroom window, so I'm probably not going to leave it here. I've realized that I want to be able to see all the way across, and I shouldn't have planted it. I knew it was going to grow tall, but and I cut this stuff back, but now I don't know if this is going to have time to flower, so it grows so tall. But I was going to show y'all this new plant that I have. It's new to me, and it just looks very airy, and I wish that it was all blooming because I have it in my other garden, and I think I might show y'all a slight little clip of that. And I don't know what this is. I just know that it's a native plant, and in my other butterfly garden it didn't grow this tall as it is in this pot right here. I'm going to zoom in. I don't know what it is, but isn't it just so pretty? It flopped over in my other garden. It didn't, and it's shorter than this and flopped over, but whenever you see it in full bloom, you are going to just love it. And I got to find out from my friend Carol she's the one I got it from, what it's called, because I didn't write it down. I should have. I'm disappointed in myself. I always think I'm going to remember, and I never remember. So I need to start just every time I plant anything, I need to just leave the tags in. I need to leave name tags on it. This is about to bloom, and so I'm really thankful I haven't torn it out, because it's just huge. And it's some kind of, I want to say it's like cut leaf coneflower, and it's a native plant, and it has just grown massive. Oh man, I think that's about 5 feet tall, and 4 feet wide. And you can see, I mean, the stem is huge. So I can't wait to see it in bloom, because I'm guessing the pollinators love it. I don't know, but I wanted to show y'all something that's so cool. I have got new coleus plants that I didn't even try to make. So here is that Evercolor, and I don't know the name of it. I've told y'all earlier, and of course now I don't know it. But some pieces broke off and fell on the ground, and now look, I have got several plants growing down there. I dug one up earlier in the week and put it in a pot, and I'm going to show it to you. So this is a little seedling of that coral nymph salvia that I love that came up, and I decided to save it and put it in this tin. And then this I dug up, and this I dug up. It's coleus that just fell on the ground and then rooted itself. It's super easy to propagate coleus. So I'm excited about having some more of these, and I'm going to try to baby them through the winter. And this coleus right here is one that came up from seeds from that seed packet that I got from Lowe's, and I love the coloring on it, and I am going to propagate it so I can have more of it, because I just love the lime with the burgundy, and it's just so lovely. And I'm loving all these colors together right here. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, oh, it's just so exciting. And last week I crawled in here and got another little video of, I have that Dutchman's pipe vine in there somewhere, and I took a closer look, and it did look like it was eggs from the pipe vine swallowtail butterfly in there. Actually, this is it right here. I've got a closer up video that I'll share with you, but it doesn't look like they've emerged. And I'm not going to try to collect them, because I really don't have enough Dutchman's pipe vine to like get it and bring it in and feed it to caterpillars for several weeks until they grow large enough to turn into caterpillars. So I'm going to have to leave them to it and just pray that God will protect them and let them grow up to be adults. Here's another example of coleus that has, you can see it broke off right there, and it just broke off and fell on the ground, and now it is rooted and it's made a whole new plant. I know I've talked about this plant before, but this is wild petunia, and the color of the blooms, gosh, it's not coming out, but it's a lavender. Oh, there you can see now. It's a lavender color, and this is wild, and it must throw seeds, because I want to show you, I have a few more of them growing in the garden, just in random places. Some of the seeds like fell into pots, but here is an adorable one right here in the center of the path, already flowering. It's just so cute. So hopefully it won't get dug up, but I know I've told you all about these two. This is frog fruit. Don't you love that? Don't you just love it? It's just so sweet, and it is a larval host plant for a butterfly whose name I can never remember, and who I've never tried to raise myself. And I don't ever look close enough at these to see if there are even caterpillars on them. But I love letting this frog fruit just grow. It's native, it's wild, it's crazy, and it's but it's so hardy and it looks so magical, just like a little fairyland right there, y'all. Real quick, before I go to the front yard, I wanted to show y'all this. I didn't plant this. This is wild morning glory, but and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I don't mind it because look how pretty it is. It's so pretty, and it's not going crazy. I mean, okay, sure, it is growing up this thing, but so what? What else was I going to do over here? You know, so I love that it's giving me some privacy and looking so pretty. I find myself saying "so what" a lot recently. I'm just like, let it grow. Let's let this stuff grow. I had a cloud of butterflies over here the other day. I was hoping, you know, if I waited long enough that the sun would come out and butterflies would come out and you would get to see them like right now while I'm videoing, but that's, oh, there goes one. Oh, they're so fast. Oh, golly. But oh yeah, that's the hummingbird moth. That is not I don't think that's considered a butterfly because it's a moth. But I did see that there is some fruit. Ooh, I can show you that right now. And it's turning red. And it's the fruit, the passion flower vine fruit. That one's not. Oh, well, okay, I guess it is. Ew, gross. Gross, y'all. Look at this. I picked it up off the ground and I broke it open and it's got a gross worm in it. Caterpillar in it. I don't know what kind that is. I don't know if it's good or bad or what, but wow, it's turning it into mush. Yuck. Here's a really ripe one that looks like it might be edible, so let's get it. So it made a popping sound when I pulled it off of the plant, so I'm kind of sad that you didn't get to see it whole or hear it pop, because that was a neat sound. I can see why they would call it May pop. Okay, yeah, it is yummy. Oh, I guess you can eat the skin. The seeds are covered in a semi-sweet and kind of sour coating. It's good. I mean, that might look like some gross mush, but actually it's tasty. I love the crunchy texture of the seeds. Yummy. It's been a while since I've had one of those. I don't think the last time I ate the skin, and I don't know if you should or not, but so y'all need to look that up. Don't just run out there and eat something like I did. I wanted to show you this Mexican bush sage that's in the front yard, and it's also called Salvia leucantha, and it's a little farther along, and it's got these inflorescences on it, and it's going to be so lovely. You know what's funny is I get kind of frustrated with them because it takes so long for them to flower, but I do understand that some things do need to flower later in the season so that they can provide nectar for traveling hummingbirds and butterflies because they're on their way to Mexico, y'all. I started this castor bean plant in a pot, and then I needed the pot for something, and so I just planted this out in kind of the middle of the yard. And isn't it lovely? And it's not as big and awesome as the other ones that I grew last year because I didn't give it enough space, I don't think. I mean, even in the front yard, I haven't been watering this or taking care of it at all. But isn't that cool? And I'm going to show you what the seeds look like. I'm sure I have before, but they're just too cool. So here are the seed pods for the castor bean plant. And now I'm going to break it open. I don't think I can do it with just one hand though. Oh, maybe I can. No, I can't. So here are the seeds, like top and bottom, and then what one would look like inside the casing. And don't they look like fat ticks, just blood-filled ticks? Is that not bizarre? But they're super easy to grow. I mean, they really are. I'm just not going to get greedy. I think this year I got greedy and I stuck like 4 or 5 in one pot, and that was wrong of me. I should not have done that. I want one plant per pot. I've got to emphasize that to myself. I've got some red cypress vine growing, and I think it's native here. I don't remember. I know I have bought seeds and maybe I've thrown them out, but I've got it growing right here, and I'm really liking it because I'm thinking that the hummingbirds are probably going to love this. And my beautyberry bush is looking great, looking healthy. The berries haven't turned. They're just still kind of bland. But you know what? There's a place right across the street where I can show you what one really looks like. Yeah, here is a wild beautyberry bush just growing. It was planted by birds who ate the seeds and then came along and pooped right here, and this came up and nobody's stopping it. So I'm so glad. I mean, we have them in Gulf State Park, and then we have them lining the streets, and this is good because this is native. We want this. We don't want to have lantana lining the streets because that's not okay. This thing provides food and beauty to the surrounding area. Also, you can make jelly with these beauty berries, and it's been a while since I've eaten some, so I've got some right here. I'm going to do them a try. I mean, you know what? They kind of taste slightly. I mean, they're sweet, but a little cedary, kind of a weird. I don't know. That's kind of a different, maybe an acquired taste. Thanks y'all so much for joining me in my garden this morning. I am really behind on watching videos and answering comments. I'm sorry. Things have been kind of harsh this week, and but I can't wait to answer them, and I can't wait to watch your videos, and I can't wait to talk to y'all, and I'm gonna have time to do that this afternoon, so that's great. But I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and have a bunch of adventures in the garden, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless you. Have a great day.